Hello, hello. Hopefully everybody can hear me and everything is going okay. How are you doing today? I see that we already have a bunch of people. Kat, Andy, Baggy, um, and Dawn, which hopefully we'll be able to get some playing done later today. Because, it's the weekend. We need some breaks. But up until then, oh, we do have Jenna. Am I saying it right? Let me get let me get this up here. There we go. Supernatural thriller. Ooh, I like those. I love those. Ava, hello. Yes, Jenna. Let's see. I'm working on my hexagon cardigan. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Dun, dun, dun. Everything's good. Everything's good. Awesome. Awesome. Hello, I'm lurking too. Lurking is absolutely fine. As a matter of fact, the first bit of the first section, I'm going to take a break because this eye is watering like crazy and not pleased with me. So I need to like not sit in front of a screen for a little bit, which, it's fine. This is something that I've had to get used to. And um, I just, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my publications from Medium that are traveled with me. I wrote kind of a journal updates about what was happening with the eye. And then I need to do an update now because it's been, wow, almost a year since my last update. And I think I'm going to publish them over on Substack too. There's just a publication situation where you have to go into the background on those kind of platforms and make sure that one platform is aware that you're also publishing it on another platform. And so that makes it nice and legal. So I just got to do that part. But then everybody that I know that follows me on Substack will be able to see, hey, this is what she's talking about when she says she's got a mutant eye and she's dealing with that. Its Final Destination meets Death Note set in Seoul, South Korea. Oh, now I've not heard of that kind of a combination before. That's neat. I like that. I grew up reading King and Coons and several of the others that were horror-ish, but also that thriller aspect to it. I like that part. Trying to decide what sort of June I want to have. Me too. Okay, so for one thing, I have two releases in June that are complete that I worked my tail feathers off on. Um, and one of them is coming up this coming weekend. The next weekend is My Dragon Masquerade. It's a or male leads in the setting of Mardi Gras, and it is urban fantasy and paranormal romance. It is set in our Dragon Tasker universe. With Dawn's help, we have finished this part. These are two of our favorite characters. Sunshine meets Sunshine almost. And we have so much fun with these two characters. Um, we hope you enjoy them. Anyway, the next is actually Apply to the Pack. It's available now instead of just being specific to the newsletter. It will be available for purchase. I believe there are a lot of people that purchase my books and Dawn's books because we've seen the sales go up on these things. Now, if you want a freebie, the Pax Dragon, which is also set in the prequel portion of our series, is available for signing up for our newsletter. So the newsletter is probably in the description. The sign up is on my website. So if you want a taste of what you could get, the plight of the pack is a tragedy, though. Just warning you, it is a tragedy. It's what happens after the situation in the very first book in the prequel series. So be careful if you're not into that kind of thing. Also, I had lunch and I'm fighting the sleepies. Ooh, yeah. It does, right? That's what I was thinking. My June is chaos already. I'm trying to keep it from being chaos. That's my thing. I don't have a writing challenge per se. I wanted to take a little bit of a break before July, which I usually do a July writing challenge. I think that's right. I think that's the correct. It's April and then July are the two that I do. Tail feathers. Your tail is featherless, doll. June 10th is Stars Over Pagosa. June 17th is Trip to East Coast for TDM's move back to Colorado, then preparing for the youngest bunny to have the grand bean. I love that you call the baby the grand bean. That's so cool. You're very busy. Yes. Love Plight of the Pack and the Pack's Dragon. Yeah. So it's those two. The Vampire's Dragon comes in between. And then we're going to have the Mage's Dragon, which we're going to be working on after summer so that we can get it out by the end of 2026 or the beginning of 2027. And then that will kind of complete that set. Let's see. It is a great month. Take my tears and water your roses. Yeah, yeah. Not doing Camp July writing, doing all the words August. See, but those are the two that I usually do. Like I do both. And because I'm challenging myself with those word challenges, I get a lot more done. I don't know what it is about the ADHD brain and that challenging to yourself situation. June 10th in JC. Oh, okay. Do you have a link for that? Or I can look it up a little bit later. I want to put it on here because I love JC stuff. I'll talk. Y'all taking all my money. If I was making a large, this would be last row and a half before connecting and forming the sleeve, but I'm making an extra large. Oh, yeah. Look, just the fact that you're able to do something like that, my hat's off. Great progress. Yes, getting close. Words. Yes, that's the goal. 13,031 words. Need to get to 15K. You can do it, Jenna. You can do it. All right, let me go ahead and pop this thing up. I do have cards that I want to read to you guys because they really mean some good things. I like the transition that I got, but that's going to be after the next break or during the next break. Let me see if I can get this on screen. I haven't put my little lady up here yet. So let's get an activity started for her in the garden. Activity. Let's do the gazebo. And since Kat is doing the crocheting, we're going to let this go on. How about that? Let me pop up the timer. We can do 35 minutes. What do you think? 35 and then 5-minute breaks? I think that'd be cool. And oh, here we go. Thanks, guys. I forgot to do short updates on it, but I also have other half to make. So could do 1 week update and share progress. Yeah, that'd be great. And Maggie's in engaging lurk mode because she has to go deliver breakfasts. So hugs to everybody. And here, let's get this going. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the music or not, but this is homework music so that it's allowed on YouTube. So far, we shall see. Hopefully, if you can hear it, great. If not, you know, it is what it is because I never know if these things are going to perform correctly. Okay, I was just over there setting up my planner for the next week or so. Actually, a little bit for the month. Um, Let me get over here so I can pause that. Because I can hear it whether you guys hear it or not. So I'm just like, let me do that. We are on our break. So, time for a break. Don't forget to hydrate, get up and stretch, and save your work. I did that at the beginning of the last round. So, I'm good. All righty. I added some links. So, Ilsa and partner are doing the Indie Author News Show, and they interviewed Dawn and I for that. And they have other interviews up there for you to watch. And they also, during that show, they kind of go over news and stuff that they have found out during that time frame. And I also added my books to read link for my Dragon Masquerade. Just wanted to update that. And since I was updating it, add that in. It's up for pre order right now. And let's go back to a sentiment that I totally get. I think I'm going to do a 10-minute handwriting sprint every day because that's maybe not too much to commit to. My hand won't last much more than that with handwriting. But I think I just not do it at the computer. I'm doing all these other things here all the time. So writing only happens if I really want to do it. And if you're doing a challenge, sometimes there'll be days when you're like, don't want to do it. Hang on just a second. Bot's calling. Anyway, yeah. Pick a journal or pick something that you like to write in. Pick a pen that you like that doesn't hurt your hand too much and just commit to 10 minutes a day. See how you do. You can always, if you want to post it online, transcribe it. Or in your case, because you're content creating, you can read it later if you want to. I think that'd be fine. Also, content creation wise, just videoing yourself doing that. Um, and then saying at the end, you might share it at the end. That'd be kind of cool. Mixed with some nice music and things like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, just like Jenna's like, oh man, it's hard to write a Final Destination type scene. Giggles. Uh-huh. Yeah. Thank you. I do have a Twitch channel. I do stuff over there as an affiliate. Let me copy that for you. Um, I still have not taken time to relearn a lot of the stuff that you can do on Twitch. So I need to do that at some point. It is. Question about how many hours writing, planning, executing, workshopping, editing, marketing, creating, fixing, posting, replying do you spend each week for your writerly publishing? Honestly, more than I want to admit. I have to do it by spots. Like I do a little bit here, do a little bit there. So the last time that I actually quantified it using the HB90 method so that I could capture every half hour that I was doing it, I was putting in at least 10 hours per day. And if I didn't force myself to leave, to go somewhere, let me pause this really quick since we're talking about this. Pause. If I didn't force myself to leave and get out and do some other stuff, it would be more than that because I am wired to do the writing. So if I'm writing or creating marketing or doing marketing or anything like that, a lot of times it just flows naturally for me. And I'm just like, oh, let's go ahead and do this. I'm awake. Let's go ahead and do this. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, well, I can't sleep anymore. So I'll come in here and play around with it. And some of those times I did not quantify it in my book. So I'm not sure. Like I said, it would be over 10 hours if I did. Then there are the times where Dawn and I are writing because that's kind of a stress reliever for us. And we write about the same characters, some of the same characters that you see in our books, but we write about them in the future. So it's like something that's happened in the future compared to what we've actually published. And we have no idea if we're going to publish this stuff. We're just doing it because it feels good. We like to write together. So, you know, I don't count that, but it is writing and it could be published. So, if I actually sat down and didn't let my ADHD take over, I would write all day, but I scroll a lot. That too. Like, there are days when I can't because my ADHD just, I'm all over the place. So, I'm considering making a large for me instead of extra large because it's oversized and my mom's comfy. I made her a large. Well, yeah, because you don't want to waste a bunch of material, right? 150 words written. Had to go back and remember how I wrote the death scripts. um, Alex and Arkin, yes. Those are two of our favorites. So yeah, we do it because it's fun. We are actually rewriting and writing stuff that we're going back and writing stuff for Alex and Arkin because they really touched our hearts. Doing My Dragon Masquerade really touched our hearts, and so we're actually taking on more that's more like fun writing between these two characters before anything major happens in the timeline. So, what we're planning on doing it because I've actually even found a book cover for it is collecting all of their stories and creating kind of an omnibus of all of their stories, including stuff that we may have never published anywhere else. So, if you read the My Dragon Masquerade and like those characters, then that will be in the works. Got distracted and only just got back. I've decided to walk and handwrite every day in June. If I do it tomorrow, I mean, LOL. You'll have to go back and watch the replay because I did answer your question. So there is that. Nice. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think that's a good, and I've got to get back into walking too. I hate heat. Hate heat. So anyway, I think we can start back again. Let me change our text back over to our during sprints text. And let me flip this around and I can get her started again. Ta-da! Okay, time for a break. And before I forget, I found it interesting this that I did when it comes to drawing cards because I have several decks that are my favorites, and this is a set of oracle cards by a artist. Um, I haven't met them yet, but I would like to because I've seen their creation videos for how they do their art, and it's really interesting. This is Dreams and Incarnations. He has several Oracle decks available. I'd like to get some more, but budgets. Um, but this one had a little bit of everything as far as his artwork because he's got some that are really focused on cats, some are focused on corvids, some are focused on owls. You get the drift, right? But this is the book that goes with it. J. Edward Neal and Heather Ryder. And so I wanted to tell you the order. I usually draw around the full moon, and this is the blue moon happening right now. And the last time there was a full moon, which was the first of the month, I got the Sleepwalker. And then, no, this one's got a snake on it, so a serpent. So if you don't like those, look away for a minute. And then I got Transformation. Now, this time when I drew, I got Dystopia. And again, I got Transformation. They are gorgeous, aren't they? I fell in love with them. And like I said, he's got some that are themed cats, some that are themed owls, some are themed corvids, just different stuff, and moons. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference. So, the Sleepwalker, which is last draw, moves through days without engaging directly in life, perhaps because of past trauma, perhaps because of malaise, lack of stimulation. One who is sleepwalking goes through the motions, detached and aimless, simply surviving day to day, which sounds very familiar. A lot of us are doing that because of stuff that's going on around us, because of stuff that's going on politically, stuff that we feel like we're stuck, we don't know what to do. Um, Sleepwalking is to be numb in mind, body, and spirit, even though you're technically awake, aware, and conscious, but you happen to be subdued. Years can pass, even lifetimes, in this manner. Anyone can experience periods of life during which they sleepwalk. The key to reawakening is recognizing that one has detached from life. Self-awareness is the utmost importance. And then when I go to dystopia, which is the new card, sleeping or wakeful thoughts of dystopian images and moods can be powerful, sometimes even debilitating. Visions of oneself in a lonely, empty place conveys the sense of not belonging or disconnection from places that we feel like should be home. So they're kind of similar, right? Dystopian worldly symbolizes feelings of isolation as well. Dwelling too long in such moods can lead to a sense of diminished meaning. Be mindful and not linger here. So then both times I got transformation. And transformation says it symbolizes the personal transformation and awakening to a higher consciousness. It signifies the cycle of shedding the old and successfully transitioning into a new chapter. If positive transformation arrives, one must be prepared to not only greet their new life with open arms, but also allow the past to be set aside. Maintain only the habits and rituals which bring you health and harmony. So, see, if you come from the sleepwalker and dystopia into transformation, allow all else to fall away. Pretty cool. Anyway, I like it. I love the art, so I wanted to share it with you. And really quick, let me pause this. So I can go through really quick with the, well, I know that Jocelyn had problems with YouTube hanging up. That happens. You're not alone. And I went ahead and it was funny because we were discussing like Kat's talking about the boobies need XL. I'm like, I just hate tightness. I don't know, it's a thing. I don't like anything tight on me. So then current song Dead to Me by Chloe Adams, perfect for the current scene. And remember, Jenna's writing a thriller. So yeah. I'm trying to decide which book our books to release next, and of course, the left one. But which one's the left one? 483 words so far. Awesome. I've been updating the link tree. I've been updating books to read. I'm consulting with the manager of our social media websites to find out from James what he needs from me so I can just like put it in a big package and send it over to him to update everything, including progress. Let's see. Sounds like you're fighting a path, hoping for an opening to find yourself. That's that's what it sounds like. For me, it's really, really changing the vibe, changing where what I think of business and how I see the future. Considering doom scrolling and stuff like that, it's been really tough on me. So anyway, yeah. Which one? Okay, so here's the choice. We have Moons Over Ordia, which is our long time ago, like it's in the set in the other world, and it we're talking 100 years, 100 years ago, almost 100 years ago, is when this took place in the sister world, and then the other one is probably took place in the 90s or right before the 90s. It's about Rose and Nathan, how they met and how they fell in love and how their family reacts to it. It transverses both worlds. It's the 90s or early or 80s and 90s in this world, but in Ordia it would be that far back. So we're talking a dragon lord and well, she is magically blessed. That's part of why she's drawn to the other world. So she's having to deal with losing herself to motherhood and business. Yeah, give or take 100 years. I think so. Yeah. Draw a card to see which one. Bet it will go help go based off the image. I don't know. I can try. Let me put these back in the deck. Just so that y'all see them before I head back into this next sprint. I wanted to show you um, one of the pictures of, well, here's one of the Corvid type. And then I want to see a kitty cat, please. Kitty cat. So yeah, I love these. I think these are beautiful cards. And they fit my hands. I do like the fact that they fit my hands so I can shuffle them better. So there's that too. And yes, it's going to be a new moon. I'm hoping to write an article because based on beliefs and stuff when it comes to that new moon, or excuse me, blue moon. And I will give you guys the link to that whenever it happens on my social media. But let's get back into it. 35-minute sprint. This will probably be the last sprint, so click in. Oh, wow, it caught up with me. All right, let's do this and let's do stop. There we go. I did put links in the chat so that you guys have where to go. Please be sure to get up, hydrate, stretch, save your work. There isn't a lot listed between now and 4 p.m., but it's an hour. Take a break, get up, move around. If you can go outside, go outside, breathe some fresh air, or, decently fresh air, depending on where you're at. Touch grass if you can. Touch a plant. So all of the above. Let me go ahead and hide this on. There we go. And I will be back for breaking the block, of course, next week or the week after, depending on how we schedule things. We're trying to decide if we're going to do every other week or every week. Also, every Sunday, as far as I know, for the rest of the month, I'll be able to be here. Sometimes I'll probably work longer than others. It depends on how my eye feels and how I feel. Today, I just wanted to go ahead and do the 2 hour span, a little bit over. That's fine. But, uh, you know, it depends on how I feel if I can go further. Let's see, 645 total during this live. Awesome. And we did welcome Mariners Writing on Twitch stream. Um, hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you are too. Lurking right now. And then we had Jules pop into. Where are we going? There we go. So the Dawdling Writer, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays usually. Currently relearning how to knit, so the perfect timer on the screen. Yeah, that's cool. We had Jordan come in, who is Fox Best Laid Plans, and also what books do you have that are unfinished? I have a ton unfinished. I'm actually about to give James the Hubs my listing of progress. So it's on my website. You'll be able to see stuff on my website. And I don't even think he's going to include everything that I'm working on. He just chooses which ones based on my what I'm currently able to put up there. But let me see real quick. I have oh, I think I have it on my text here. Yeah. So I have so far work in progress wise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 books and novellas and, such. And they're not all in the Dragon Tasker universe. So there are some sci-fi mafia, some fantasy romance, some more urban fantasy on here. So lots of fun stuff. Fox's Best Laid Plans is actually, I think, one of the Heart Breathings admin team that's working to, or that does sprints. And then Creative Sprints is Sebastian and Sarah, I think. They do creative sprints. They don't write. They do other creative stuff, and they do sprints too. So yeah, here we go. Oh, hi Morningstar. Nice to see you. Anyway, I think that's it for me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and keep going. Bye.